Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning into our May issue of Inside Darley. The trade show season is certainly upon us, and if you can imagine, Darley's going to attend over 90 trade shows in 2015, and we've attended even over five. We've attended 5 in just the last 2 weeks. That included the Metropolitan Fire Chiefs Show, the Ontario Fire Chiefs Conference. We're just back from our Darley Defense Days in Fort Carson, Colorado for our military customers. We attended a water purification conference in Dubai, and we're obviously back from the FDIC in Indianapolis, and that was a great show. There were about 31,500 attendees, according to Eric Schlett, the show manager down there. That was off about 350 people from 2014, but that's not unexpected, particularly in light of the Intershoots Conference, which is takes place every 5 years, and this year it's going to be June 8th through the 13th in Hanover, Germany. So hopefully you'll come by our booth. We're going to be in Hall 27, booth F12. If you're there on Wednesday evening, hopefully you'll join us for our Darley reception. If you haven't received an invitation to that, reach out to me or any of our salespeople, and we'll be happy to get you that information. You might wonder why we spend so much, why do we attend so many trade shows? And I'll tell you, it's really just out there to be able to connect with you, our customers, find out what your needs are, what the trends are out there in the industry. And this first article is one of my all-time favorites. It's a 1994 article from the Harvard Business Review entitled "Spend a Day in the Life of Your Customer." And it talks about how manufacturers typically view their customers as their distributors or their resellers. And this article talks about connecting with your end users and understanding how your product is being used and what are the industry trends. And it says when you're out there meeting with your customers, don't look for these brilliant insights, just look for operational shifts that take place. Lastly, it talks about making sure that you expose a lot of different people from your company to your end users. So that's your engineers, your production people, and we certainly do that, and they get great insights as well. There's a lot of good news going on in the industry right now. The Fire Apparatus Manufacturers Association, that's FAMA, just released their first quarter new truck orders for the first quarter, and those are up 10% compared to 2014, so that's great news. Also on April 24th, FEMA began releasing their first round of 2015 Fire Act grants. So there were grants released in the amount of $19.5 million. Now, only 2 of those grants were for fire apparatus, but that's great that that money is now being released, and that'll be a nice shot in the arm for the industry. We've got to continue to make sure we stay on our legislators, so we participated in the Hill Day in Washington, D.C., and here in Illinois, we've got our own Home Day on June 4th, so hopefully if you're in the Midwest, you can join us for that, where we're bringing in our congressmen and our staffers and our local fire chiefs in that effort to continue that promoting both the AFG and the SAFER programs. On April 23rd, Darley was awarded the ExIm Bank Exporter of the Year Award for Sub-Saharan Africa. It was a huge award. Peter Darley and Steve Nutzman and Peter Addo from Darley Africa, our Darley Africa office, all attended that conference in Washington, D.C. with over 1,200 people in attendance. We're very proud of that award. Our hearts go out to those in Nepal, and we've actually just made a donation of a water purification system going over there. And our second attachment here is actually a new updated brochure on our water purification. It's really taking off in international markets and defense markets, so please keep that in mind. Lastly, our last article here is a great article. It's on Pope Francis. It's called The Transformational CEO. And he's been called by Forbes magazine 2014 as the world's greatest leader. He's also been called the leader of the greatest corporate turnaround in history. But he talks about getting out and connecting with the people and listening to their needs and changing the tone of the conversation and how he connects with people. So some good stuff here. So thanks for tuning into this issue of Inside Darley. If there's anything we can be doing to support you, we hope you'll reach out to us.